Get seated. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I know time has gone by. I just want to thank all the speakers who have spoken. We've managed time. I think the problem was in the morning. We started a little bit late, and that is because of other commitments we had in the morning. I'm happy to be back here in Murang'a, the land of very brave people. This land produced some of the greatest people who fought for our independence and those who took care of our country even after independence. This institution itself is named after a great leader, John Michuki, one of the greatest sons of Kenya from here in Kangema. There are many more. I have no time to enumerate all of them. Kenneth Matiba came from this land. Charles Rebia came from this land. I see even our spiritual fathers. Our father is here, Bishop Alan Waidaka and Mama. Thank you very much for being very useful even after your retirement and joining us in this very important occasion as we celebrate the future and the present of our young people, and therefore the present and future of our country. So I'm glad to be here. And let me also say that what helped those who came before us to achieve was the unity of purpose, not just with our brothers and sisters from this region, but from other parts of the country. I believe in the indivisibility of Kenya, the oneness of Kenya. Even those who fought for our independence could not have achieved the liberation of our country if they did not get the support, solidarity, help, and brotherhood from our brothers and sisters from the coast, northeastern, Nyanza, western, other parts of central, and Rift Valley, and everywhere else. So Kenya is one, and as someone who comes from this region, I keep on saying we must protect the unity of our country because we only have one country, and there are many people even from here who live, reside, work, and do business everywhere else in the country. Having said that, let me take this opportunity to say that our country has made tremendous strides in our development agenda. We still have a long journey to cover. We are not there yet, but we have done a lot. Past leaders have helped us achieve some progress. Former President Kenyatta, the late, Mzee, President Moi Kibaki, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and now President Ruto, the fifth president, is helping us take the vision of our country to the next level. And each of those presidents I have mentioned have played a role in making sure that our country is established, it is strong, and it is developed. And that's why you see Kenya has been quite a prominent country in Africa and also in other parts of the world. Just recently, I think 2 weeks ago, the World Bank moved the classification of the economy of Kenya from the 8th largest economy to the 6th largest economy in Africa. And that has happened because of the great work that has been done over the years, and even especially in the last few years. Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a journey as a country in education. Kenya has one of the best educated workforce, labor force. And this is because we have continued to invest in quality, relevant, accessible education for many years. When President Ruto took over the leadership of Kenya 2 years ago, we were transitioning into the new, we had just begun the transition into the new CBC, which is now CEBT, the curriculum-based, the competence-based curriculum, which is now competency-based education and training. And one of the promises President Ruto and the rest of us as a team we made is that we will streamline the education sector, the education reforms that have been started during the time of President Uhuru Kenyatta. First, at the primary level and secondary level, there were issues around curriculum. immediately put up a task force to look at streamlining that curriculum. I am happy to report, and thank you, Waziri, and all the other stakeholders in education, that space in our primary education institutions and secondary institutions is stabilizing. We also promised that we will look at the funding of tertiary education, TVETs like this, and also we'll look at the funding of our university. It is still work in progress, and we are almost there. Again, the president brought experts 2 years ago, a task force, a large task force of experts to look at in TVETs and also in universities. We are at the tail end of farming up those reforms. Those reforms, number one, no student, irrespective of the background they come from, will miss a chance to study, complete, and get certified in the tertiary institutions and also because the skills that you get from here are skills on and start being relevant to the job market immediately. Number two, why tertiary education is important is because the skills you get from here, many of you will not even require to be employed. You'll employ yourselves if the policy environment is provided. You start your own businesses because works. We have electricians, we have masons, we have plumbers, we have carpenters, we have hairdressers, we have all these courses, catering experts. These are skills that help you not just to be employed, but also to employ yourself and create jobs for many more Kenyans. So we are very keen on tertiary education, its quality, its affordability, its access, and its relevance to the economy. That is why taking too long to complete unnecessarily. Many countries have very short-term courses. Credentials, the short courses that have introduced in this space is around recognition of prior learning, where if there are many people today in our communities who know how to make a table, but they don't have a carpentry certificate, isn't it? They are gifted. They know how to even fix some electrical solutions, but they don't have a certificate. So we have said such people will be taken through TVETs again for short courses to certify to recognize first the prior So that is another reform measure which we have taken as Kenya Kwanza. Practical, and we will activate students as possible for on training capacity and complement of the theoretical studies. So this dual training policy will also partner with the private sector, so that the private sector also in their projects can also absorb our students to provide them with practical learning. We have also introduced other policy changes, including the modernization of equipment. I have seen very good equipment here for processing of yogurt and water, just making sure we purify our water, and also for milk production. We are we want to commercialize the production of what is happening in TVET, so that this equipment we have relevant government agencies like Kenya Bureau of Standards, and then that will give us majority of the job opportunities we are creating as government. The majority of the uptick will come from the TVET. TVET tutors. I think last year we did around 2,000. Before the end of this year, what will prevent us from our target? We are going to employ much more than what we had committed. Yet there are people in town saying that this government has not honored a single commitment. Is that really true? No. It is not true. Even those who are claiming so, no, it is not true, it's a lie. And we must confront lies. Tell us the truth shall set us free, isn't it? So we are creating jobs in public sector, in private sector. Because also government cannot absorb everybody. Nowhere in the world will government be able to employ everybody. But the private sector, we are giving incentives. And I can name just one example, which is relevant for you. Right now, we are rolling out across the country a 28 billion Kenya shillings program, which is called NYOTA, National Youth Opportunities Transformation Agenda. That NYOTA program is going to identify small businesses that are struggling. In every ward, 70 small business there, a small tailoring shop there, 50,000 support for training and also for expansion as capital to make sure that if you expand your business and employ 2 other Kenyans, or 3 other Kenyans, or 4 other Kenyans. So across the country, 70 businesses, including businesses from TVET, most of these small businesses stem from 70% program as we speak is ongoing. The Waheshimiwas here will tell you in every constituency. To employ themselves and also employ other Kenyans. And somebody somewhere will say this government is not doing anything to create jobs, it's not fulfilling any of the promises. It's a lie again, and we must confront the culture of lies and trickery and all manner of delusion in our country. We must be honest, upright, and disagree, but disagree with facts. Don't incite the public against their own country, against their own government. Just criticize and say this has been done, but this one is yet to be done. And I've said this many times. The president has said it. We are a listening government. And there is no government that is perfect. Government is a human endeavor, like any other organization. We listen. We'll improve on what engagement with the public, because we want the best. We want the best for our country. Having said that, good people, we are also creating digital jobs. I have already told you what we are doing to create jobs in the economy, because again, some misleading reports, you'll hear people saying we are not creating any jobs. We are creating them in the public sector, in the private sector, right? We are creating them, the jobs, through the affordable housing program, through the markets program. We are building markets here. We were here with the president last month, and these leaders from Muranga. We opened, we inspected one of the markets here, isn't it? Yeah. It's called Karogia. Si Karogia ni hapa chini. That market is being constructed by this government of William Ruto. That market, there are some young people earning a living there every day. And when it is over, there will be another market somewhere, because Kihungi has asked for so many other markets. Madhioya, they have asked for many. The other constituencies have asked many. So this program is not going to die anytime soon. It will keep our youths engaged. I know some of the jobs we are creating in the affordable housing program are short-term jobs. But a short-term job is better than no job at all. Because by the time that short-term job is over, another opportunity will have arisen. But we are creating long-term jobs, like the ones I have told you. So we are creating kazi kwa ground. Alafu sasa tuna create kazi mtandaoni. There is a lot of opportunities, including for you people. And I know you have a Jitume lab here, isn't it? That's what the principal said. We don't have time to listen to real-time testimonies. I have been in very many ICT hubs. Young people earning money daily. Some of them are students. Earning money as forex traders online. Earning money as web designers. As script writers, transcribers, app developers. They are earning money in this lab, students. Some of them are paying their upkeep. Some are supporting their siblings. That is true, because I know some of the beneficiaries are right here with me. Isn't it? So we are creating ICT hubs. We want to have every ward, at least one community ICT to create online jobs. But we're also creating online jobs through what we call business process outsourcing. In Nyeri, for example, there is a lot of business processing outsourcing, and I want many other counties to benchmark with what is happening in Nyeri. And there are a lot of opportunities. Young people who are working for foreign companies, but from here. You just need a computer, an internet, paid for by government, and then you work for some company which is in the US, you earn your money when you're here. When we say these things, some people who are not part of this space, you will hear them talking about things that don't exist. So increasingly, we will be asking the leaders of Murang'a to see how much more job creation in the digital space we can harness here through the Jutume labs, through the ICT labs, through the business process outsourcing, etc., etc. Kazi mtandaoni. But we're also creating especially for TVET graduates, jobs overseas. You have seen the recruitments have started. We could be having a few administrative challenges here and there, but I know hundreds of young people. We are now past the 200,000 mark of young people who have been sourced and they have gone to work outside Kenya, quality jobs, electricians, as plumbers, as road construction workers. It is happening. We can only expand it and remove the bottlenecks and perfect the Kazi Maju program. For the young people who are 25 years old, 26 years old, those who want to go abroad and work for a few years, send some money home, invest home, and after 5-10 years they come back home and run their issues. Please, that is an opportunity. Everybody cannot be absorbed here. Those we absorb here, we absorb them. Those that get digital jobs, we absorb them in the digital space. Those that are lucky to get good jobs abroad, go and work abroad. We are not exporting you. And that's why we are saying this program of Kazi Maju is not a labor export program. It's a labor mobility program. The same way people are born here in Murang'a, but they work in Mombasa. But they are still sons and daughters of Murang'a, and they come home every 6 months. So what is the difference if someone is working in Dubai and they come home every 6 months? Because there's a direct flight from Dubai to Kenya, 5 hours. In fact, if one person leaves Mombasa by train, another one leaves Dubai by air, the person from Dubai will arrive in Nairobi before the person who has left Mombasa, isn't it? So we are living in a connected world. We are also creating jobs for seafarers. And there's a huge opportunity for Kazi Baharini through the Seafarer program. And I hope we will be able to connect as many young people as possible with as many jobs. A job is a job. When we were campaigning, we said kazi ni kazi. That's a better way of making use of your youth. Yeah? Don't allow adults who have had their time to deceive you, to tell you, no, don't take short-term jobs, wait for long-term jobs. Do the job which is available. Yes. That is the foundation that will build our country. Kenyatta started this country, the late President Kenyatta, uhuru na kazi. Let us work, even if it's a job for a day, for a week, for a month. Do it as you get, as you wait for the other job that will last for long. You agree with me? Yeah, we are a working people. And for those of you who come from this locality, because I come, those of you who come from here, we are workers. We work hard. We trade, we farm, isn't it? Mtu asikuja kukudanganya na sisi unaenda kukaa kwa market hapo ukingojea mwanasiasa akupatie shilingi 100 uende ukapigie kelele recognizing through these short courses, recognition of prior learning, we create farm managers and farm workers. It's also economic activity. Wale wanatoka Indian Ocean counties, Western counties, the blue economy space, fisheries, you know, those who come from northern Kenya, pastoralism. Let's get our hands dirty, work to build ourselves and to build our country. As government, we will do whatever it takes. Any available chance to create a job, we will do so. And therefore, I want to say that is where this government has taken the promises. We are not yet there. We have other promises. We have 22 coffee was going for 50 shillings a kilo. Today it is 120, 130, it's going to 140, 150. Through deliberate effort, subsidized fertilizer, improved governance, streamlining the Nairobi Coffee Exchange, removing cartels, Baki, the Moi, the Kenyatta time. So we are good. We know the other value chains, avocado and fruits and what have you. Time will not allow me to say the progress we are making in each of those value chains. Here locally, we promised we will build markets so that our mothers, our brothers and sisters who do small businesses have a decent place to do their biashara without the sun, without being beaten by the sun, the rain and dust, and endangering their lives from motor vehicles. Today we are building 400 markets across Kenya, including Karogia market here, and many other markets that are in Kangema and other parts of Murang'a and other parts of Kenya. We are fulfilling our promises. Those are modern markets. Each market has a social hall for traders to do their meetings, like serious people, the same way people in Nairobi have boardrooms and halls to make their meetings. The markets we are doing have digital jobs. The markets we are building have lactation rooms for young mothers who have little anarudi tena kwa biashara. So from next year when we start commissioning these projects, I wonder when us in this region, in Murang'a, in Central, we are a trading community, and this is a very big plus for us. I know the roads projects, the roads are stalled a bit, but by the grace of God, because the macroeconomic environment has eased, has somehow eased. The way the shilling was weakening, now it is fairly stable. It is under 130 shillings per dollar. For the last 1 year, it has never to about 150 there. We want to push it down to 100 shillings and less. It's not perfect, but it's showing signs of improvement. Now we have money to progress, good people. Here, the local make at least one polytechnic, a national polytechnic per county. Already Murang'a, Michuki, TTI is now Michuki National Polytechnic under the leadership of President Ruto. And that comes with a lot of for the students and the community here. That is a promise fulfilled. When the president came here, you needed some transport for the KMTC. You have seen the double cabin and the bus for Kangema KMTC. That is a promise fulfilled. When the president was here, Michuki National Polytechnic said they needed a bus. The bus came yesterday. And that bus was given by President Ruto in his, as he had promised. So he was also here last month. He said he's going to work on your expansion. He promised 30 million. Yesterday, I made sure the housing people are here. PS Hinga is on that matter. They discussed with the principal in the next few months. And I will come to inspect. Meaning turudi tusirudi. Si turudi siku ingine. Because we want to actualize every promise made. Government does not make promises in vain. Every responsible government, when we commit to something, we mean business. It may take a week, a month, a few months, a year, but it will be done. Because the things we said when we were asking you to elect President Ruto, we didn't say we will do them in a week or in a month. We said between 2022 and 2027, when the next election will be held. So why don't you wait until 2027, then you ask questions? So good people, don't be incited. Stay focused, and for you young people, and this is where I want to end. Young people, some of us, the older people, who have had our life, we have had our life, we have had families, we have had professions, those who are in politics, those who are in business. There are some older people who are preaching hopelessness for our say. The biggest gift we can give the young to use their youth, their talent, their knowledge, and their education to actualize their dreams. Any adult today who is preaching disillusionment, defeat, because our nation's future depends on the hope received is a country headed in the wrong direction. A few years, those of us you see here, we will not be holding the positions we are holding. The people seated there, you are the people who will be having the seats on this side as principals, ministers, members of parliament. There is hope for our country. There is hope for you. Doing as government to make sure your education is comfortable and opportunity. And we are working hard to make sure none of you leave school before you get your certificate. So, and it will be very unfortunate for any adult, any person who have had their time in this country. We have a duty, the older people, to hold the hand of younger people, give them hope, and create opportunities for them so that they can take over the running of ile haijatendeka itatendeka, msijali. So going to the road, we'll go and figure around between us and county government and see how we improve the road situation here. I hear a lot of silence in the room. My sons and daughters, si nyinyi bado. Anyway, mtoto akiarrive, huyo amefika, atunzwe vizuri, si ndio? Lakini tunawasihi kama wazazi wenu, kidogo tu, kidogo, ngojea tu kidogo. Hata sisi tulingojea kidogo tu, kidogo, sio sana. Malize unini ndio kuwe stable. Lakini mtoto akipatikana tumekubali hiyo. Between us and county government will see who provides the daycare. There is not, it's because pre-primary is under county government. And you have heard President Ruto has directed that other counties, even county government, should not be restrained from issuing bursaries. So that you have bursaries from everywhere. Yeah? No, I had, I think the deputy governor, it is not the minister, it's the president who gave the directive. It's from the president of Kenya. So tuwe careful so that we sinamna hiyo. Ni mambo mzuri. Kuharibu. Ni ile mzuri. Utatumia soda. Soda ya ukweli ama soda ingine hapo. Tukifanya hivi, because we are promoting you from all sides, policy wise, with our personal resources, whatever we and upright young people. You promise? Will you prioritize? Mtaingia kwa mitandao huko kufanya mambo ya kuharibiana majina. I urge you, please don't spend time on the internet insulting your MCA and MP and the president. If you don't like a leader, wait until the next election and vote the way you prefer to vote. Use your time to build your life and to build relationships. Kwa hivyo, wewe ati wewe ndiye rais hapa? Wewe ndiye kusema hapa? Ati ulisema hata uko na serikali yako. So, amesema ati tumtafutie pesa kidogo ya sherehe. So, wewe ngojea, rightly we will leave pesa kidogo ya sherehe hapa. Shilingi milioni 1.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We just want to do a very quick gifting for the students. Kindly, we can take our seats, Your Excellency. And then we gift you, then we will let you leave. Kindly. Mr. Nguma, sir? Yes, very quick.
Guest of honor, sir, Mr. Nguma, allow me to present the following 11 graduates who are the best performing trainees in the different areas for their special awards. If I call your name, come forward very fast. Davinji Jadida Njoki, Kahara Paul Irungu, Deborah Chepkemoi, Maya Zakaria Gashanja, Odhiambo Caesar Lawor, Wambugi Craig Karanza, Kipruto Sylvester Korir, Calvins Jr., Nganga Lena Wanjeri, David Kariuki, Irungu Joseph Kande. Paul Rongo was the best student in the building department and civil engineering department. Deborah Chepkemoi was the best in computing and informatics department with a distinction.